I've always been fascinated by automatic watches. They convert the movement of your wrist into mechanical energy that powers your watch. As long as you move your wrist, the watch will glide the seconds hand above the dial. But lately, I've been reading more and more about Seiko's Spring Drive technology. While automatics use a series of gears and springs, Spring Drive incorporates a revolutionary glide wheel that's powered by a mainspring, but regulated by a quartz crystal. This supposedly combines the best of both worlds: the smooth, sweeping motion of an automatic with the incredible accuracy of quartz. With all this technology behind, Spring Drive watches have a big problem. For me, they are too expensive. So, as much as I appreciate their craftsmanship and technology, it seems that I would never be able to afford one, not with my current budget. But as I was searching for a new Seiko watch in my collection, I realized something. Actually, a Spring Drive watch from Seiko for my budget exists. Not exactly with the Spring Drive technology inside, but with the same idea in its essence. The watch that you're about to see in the next minutes is first a Seiko. Has a great accuracy of almost plus minus 15 seconds a month, quite like a Grand Seiko Spring Drive. It is powered by the wrist movement using an inside rotor, has 100 meters water resistance, power reserve indicator, day display, and keep this part in mind. I paid only $150 for it brand new. It is nothing more but a Seiko Kinetic. I could see your disappointment in your eyes, but bear with me. Okay, it is not a Grand Seiko and is not Spring Drive. But in its essence, this watch has kind of the same principle. It uses the movement of your wrist to produce energy, to charge a capacitor, and that capacitor to give further power to an accurate quartz movement. This technology was first made commercially available in late 80s by Seiko. Their goal was to combine the classic technology of an automatic watch with the modern take of a first ever released quartz watch, also released by them in December 1969. The Kinetic line from Seiko is no longer under production from what I know, but I can tell you for sure that if you search enough for one, you are able to find one in 2024. They are still available in some stores and they are still affordable. But why would you want one and how does it work? Like I said before, it uses the movement of your wrist and the rotor inside to produce energy. Luckily, that energy is not stored in a battery or a lithium cell, but in a capacitor. After being charged, the capacitor is used to power a quartz movement that doesn't glide over the dial like a Spring Drive, but ticks every 1 second just like a regular quartz watch. Not only that it makes it an accurate set and forget watch, but at the same time it can keep the watch ticking for almost 15 years without a capacitor change. Of course, that you have to wear it throughout these 15 years, as the capacitor doesn't have that much power to keep the watch ticking for that long, with only a single charge. But it can keep a 6 months charge after being fully charged and left alone. I should say that it is a hit compared with the 3 days power reserve of a Spring Drive that uses a rotor and a spring to further power the watch. Still talking about the rotor inside, the way that it produces energy makes the rotor incredibly loud compared with a rotor from Grand Seiko. But for this price, the rotor noise becomes a background noise, I should say. And enough about the technology inside. At first glance, it evokes a sense of amalgamation, combining design elements from a Seiko Alpinist, Orient Mako, and Citizen Avion. At least, that's how I see it. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the result is a familiar yet fresh aesthetic. The dial features a subtle gray sunburst finish, a captivating interplay of light and shadow. Alongside, there are printed markers at 12, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, complemented by printed indices for a clean contemporary look. A 24-hour track circles the outer ring, adding a touch of utility. While the overall design is impressive, the placement of the date window might not be for everyone. I personally like the date window as I always forget what date it is, and I appreciate the fact that they use the black date window instead of a white one. That could have made the watch the ugly son of the Seiko family. This watch doesn't have lume at all, so if you're watching this review for the lume shot, this is a disclaimer, no lume shot for this one. Sorry. The case is a 42mm stainless steel case with a screw-down case back hiding the bulky, noisy rotor, a push-pull unsigned crown featuring 100mm water resistance, 20mm lug width, making it easy to pair with a lot of strap options available. I personally wear it with an Artem loopless sailcloth strap, a strap made to be suitable for any situation and strong enough to be sometimes more resistant than the actual watch. The strap that the watch came with is not worth mentioning. It is the worst strap I've ever seen on a watch so far, but I bought the watch for the way it looks and its technology inside, not for the strap. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that it also features a power reserve. The tiny unmentioned button at 10 o'clock is a power reserve button that helps you check the level of energy in the capacitor whenever you want. It works in a quite unusual way rarely seen in a watch. On their manual, Seiko advises you to wait until a seconds hand reaches the 12 o'clock marker and then press the button. If the seconds hand advances rapidly, 30 seconds, you have somewhere between 4 and 6 months of power reserve, the maximum that you get with a fully charged capacitor. If it advances 20 seconds, you have about a month of power reserve, and the less it advances, the less energy you have to power the watch. The charging is really fast and all you have to do is to wear the watch to keep it ticking. Some legends on the internet say that if you have a toothbrush induction charging station, you can use that one to charge the capacitor, but I wouldn't use that kind of method to charge it. Besides, the watch looks too good to be left on a charging station instead of on my wrist. Talking about wearing it, on my 6.5-inch wrist, it fits perfectly, and being a more quartz than an automatic watch, it is pretty light. But at the same time feels robust on my wrist. The case thickness is only 10.7mm, quite slim for a watch featuring a rotor inside. As you probably know Seiko, the crystal is only a Harlex crystal. Seiko usually use sapphire crystals on their high-end watches. I personally have multiple watches with Harlex crystals, and if I don't put too much stress on them, they are fine and they show no scratches over time. So is this watch a Grand Seiko Spring Drive alternative on a budget in 2024? I would say that it is. Of course, you don't get the same high specs and the same developed technology that you get on a $10,000 Spring Drive. But at this price, we get the same feeling that the movement of your wrist produces energy for powering an accurate quartz movement from a reputable brand. I've been wearing it for about a month now, and so far I wouldn't get it off my wrist soon. My name is Ed and you watched another episode from Wrist Saga. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, and if you want to support this channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button. See you in the next one.